Do I use grease or oil on my slot machine mechanism? Well, let's go through some of the myths about greasing and oiling. These mechanisms were used every single day when they were produced in arcades up and down the country, and they would be played anything from 100 or more times. Because they were constantly used every day, they would need some form of lubrication on all the moving parts. Some of the harder wearing parts would take grease, the lighter load bearing parts would have some oil. Now, of course, in this day and age, when we buy one of these old mechanical slots, we don't need to use any grease at all. Let's take a look at the choices. Here they are. Here's the dreaded grease. Now, again, there it is there. You don't need grease on any part of a slot machine now, and there's a couple of reasons for this. One, the grease, if it's not used on a regular basis, it becomes very hard and begins to dry out, especially so when you've got your slot machine being used in the house with central heating. So this will dry out, and once it dries it gets very hard and clogs up everything. This is a definite no-no. Believed to be one of the best lubricants around, WD-40. Now, this is fine if you've got a very rusty mechanism, you need to clean up some nuts or screws or levers that are just sticking, but remember, this is a temporary fix. Okay, it's not something you want to use. It may stop squeaks and noises for a short while, but they'll come back as soon as this dries out. The other thing is, because this has a very sticky substance when it's sprayed, in a home environment it collects a lot of dust, so it can have an adverse effect. So WD-40 avoid unless just freeing up bolts. That leaves us with regular oil. Now this is 3-in-1 oil, very common. We've got two types here. We've got the spray and we've also got the pourable 3-in-1 oil. Now the thing about these, some people say you shouldn't use this type of oil because of its viscosity, is a little bit too thick for the clock mechanism, and they recommend using sewing machine oil, which is a lot thinner. To be honest, this will be fine. 3-in-1 oil is all you need. This actually comes in useful, the spray, because you can spray it inside the clock mechanism. So these are ideal for lubricating the home. They also resist a temperature, so in a home environment with the central heating on during the winter, this shouldn't dry out. So just a few dabs, but remember, you're not playing your machines every day, 100 times a day, as they were in the casinos and the arcades when they were produced. So you just need a very light oil, maybe check it once a year, depending on the amount of play, and you should have no problems at all. And that's the hint and tip for today.